In this video, I'll be going over a couple of pictures taken over my time back in LA this past month and go over my thought process with them, why I composed the photo as such, how I took the photo, and anything else I think could add some insight, such as the location, the type of situation I was in at the time, and so on and so forth. Basically, the same type of videos I've been posting for a while now, so if you've seen those, you know the drill. Anyways, let's jump right into them. Before I get more into the picture and the location, let me first talk about the camera and the settings that I used. For this picture, I took it with my Sony a7CR, I took it with my 24-70 GM2, I took it at ISO 400, 91 millimeters because of the 1.5 crop. I used the APS-C mode, that way I can get and try to isolate this picture, and that's why I use that. And the aperture, I took it at f5.6 and I took it at 1/2000th of a second. So for the location of this picture, you can find it at the Santa Monica Pier. Once you arrive in the downtown Santa Monica area, make your way towards the beach and you'll definitely be able to spot the pier and the Ferris wheel on your way there. So finally getting to this picture, when I saw the scene and looked up at the Ferris wheel on location, I knew I wanted something minimalistic and to try and isolate a portion of the Ferris wheel. The light was coming from the right side along the ocean, so I knew I'd be able to get the side light I love so much on the subject, aka the Ferris wheel. As I mentioned earlier, I had the 24-70 GM2 on my a7CR, so I knew I'd be able to crop in quite a bit and get more of the Ferris wheel isolated and not have anything else in the frame, while also being able to maintain that high quality image. And that's what I really like about this picture, not having anything really distract you from the main subject, aka the Ferris wheel. The second thing that I like about this photo a lot is the colors. For me, it looks very visually appealing. I love the yellow and red on the Ferris wheel, and that made me go for a Wes Anderson type style when editing, since it reminded me a bit of the pastel colors he's famous for, along with overexposing the photo a bit to really accentuate the highlights. The last thing I thought the photo needed was a bit of softening to make it more ethereal feeling-ish because of the direction that I wanted to go. So because of that, I decided to use the Orton effect to do exactly just that. And honestly, I love the way the photo turned out because of it. Moving on to the next photo of the Santa Monica roller coaster right here. Again, before I get more into the photo, let me first talk about the camera and the settings that I used. So with this photo, I took it with my Sony a7CR, I took it with my 24-70 GM2, I took it at ISO 640, 63 millimeters, f5.6, and 1/3200th of a second. So this photo right here was actually taken right after that Ferris wheel shot that I talked earlier about. I was about to leave the little park area at the boardwalk when I turned around and noticed this frame. I've been here so many times on the Santa Monica boardwalk, yet this was the first time that I actually noticed how you can get the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel in one picture. Just goes to show you how you can still find new things even though you've been to a place like a billion times. So in this picture right here, I really liked how you can see the people's hands in the air right here when riding the roller coaster. Luckily, because the roller coaster is pretty consistent in terms of just how short the intervals are between each ride, which is around like 3 or 4 minutes. I was able to get it shortly after my first attempt, which kind of failed because I was too slow to get the people's hands in the frame along with the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. With this vantage point, you're able to capture two pretty big tourist attractions at the Santa Monica boardwalk, and I wanted to have that in this photo. With the edit, I had a pretty similar mindset with this photo as I did with the last photo. It might be because I took them on the same day within about like a 5-minute span of each other, or it also could be because I thought them as two photos in the same kind of single set. Whatever mindset I had when I was editing these two photos, I knew I wanted to have the Orton effect and apply it on this photo as well. And again, I really liked how it turned out. So with this last picture right here, I took it at Venice Beach on the basketball courts there. And before I get more into the picture and into the story of it, let me first talk about the camera and the settings that I used. So with this picture, I took with my a7R5, 24-70 GM2, ISO 400, 105 millimeters, aka APS-C mode at 70 millimeters. I took it at f8 and 1/1000th of a second. For the location of this photo, it's at the basketball courts at Venice Beach. If you're walking down Windward Avenue onto Venice Beach, the basketball courts will be on your left side. So a little backstory behind this photo. During the summer, there are tournaments held at Venice Beach by the Venice Ball League. I actually never seen one until, I went here and took this photo. And, it was just kind of an accident. I went to Venice Beach mainly for like kind of street photography type style photos. And I ended up coming across this on accident. So, it was kind of cool, kind of just walking my way onto the scene. During this particular day, there was this guy who always went on the court with his bike and hopped around, hyping the crowd during timeouts and before and after games. This stood out to me since it's not every day you see this type of stuff. So when the timeout was about to end, I saw these two players right here on the bench next to me get up, along with, the guy on the bike hopping around the back. So I thought it would be really cool to frame the guy on the bike facing towards me in between the two players, and this is what I got luckily. I'm super happy with the result, and I'm also very glad that I was able to get the palm trees and keep them within the picture. There's no weird cutoff on top or anything like that, which would have definitely hurt the photo for me. Something I wish I could change though, even though it's very minuscule and a very minor detail, is to somehow get this guy in the back right here with the green shirt out of there. I wish I could have tried to take another photo like a second after the guy walks behind the left player. Then the background would have been more clear and you'd be able to fully give your entire attention to the main subject right here, the guy on the bike. But that's being really picky, honestly. And I'm not even sure if the guy on the bike, would change his expression, change his smile within that time, or anything that would change the photo overall. So basically, in summary, I'm pretty happy with this photo. Well, that's all for this video. I hope this was fun and gave you some insight or inspiration for your own photo somehow. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.